Hi everybody! Welcome to another edition of Paranormal Experiences. Okay, a few things that actually happened. I got three stories for you. If you watched the video that I posted right before this video, and if you watched it to the very end, you heard that I was going to tell a story of the man that hung himself in a room, and I slept in that room and what happened. Okay, so that's going to be the last part of this video. I'm going to give you three stories. That's going to be the last one. The first two are going to be instances that happened in the house that I'm living in right now. The other one is going to be a house that I lived in for like 2 weeks, and it was like a house I shared with a bunch of other people. So it was very, very temporary, but the room I was staying in was haunted. Okay, so first two stories about what happened right here. Few things happened right here, few scary things, few not so bad things. Okay, one of the things that happened not too long ago, maybe 6 months ago, I don't know, maybe 7 months ago. Okay, so I was lying in bed, and again I woke up. Okay, for some reason I am that person that wakes up at like 3 in the morning every single night, just about. Well, a few times a night, a week rather. So I woke up at like same time around 3ish or so, and I open my eyes and I see something standing at the end of the bed. Okay, standing up. Thing was tall. Might have been a little bit taller than my husband, okay? And he's like 6 foot. So something tall standing at the end of the bed. Okay, it was a dark figure. If you've seen these dark figures before, sometimes people can see more detailed things. I mostly just see the dark shadow outside of it. And like I've said before, I have, an alarm clock has got one of those blue lights on it, so like it's a night light for the whole room. So like you can see the whole room pretty much. You know what's there. You know what's supposed to be there normally. Okay, there was a big black shadowy thing at the end of the bed. Now what's weird is that, okay, I've never seen this before, but it was weird. Okay, the figure looked like it had a paper bag on its head. Okay, because I couldn't actually see the paper bag, but I could see the outline figure, and then at the top where their head was, it was this square. So, like, it looked like it was a paper bag. Like, there was just a square outline, and then the rest of the body. So, yeah, that was weird. It was, like, standing up at the end of the bed, and I actually wasn't freaked out by this, because at first, when I first woke up, I just thought I was seeing something. That wasn't there. I was like thinking just to myself, oh, just sleepy, shadowy thing, whatever. But as I began to stare at it more, I realized it was moving just ever so slightly, like moving like a little bit closer to the bed, because it was maybe like a foot away from the bed, and then it just kind of moved just a teensy bit forward, just to the edge of the bed, and it was just kind of standing there, and so I just stared at it. I didn't like say anything. I didn't do anything. I wasn't scared. I was just staring at it. I was like, that's weird. Thinking to myself, like, maybe if I stare at it longer, it'll say or do something. I don't know. I guess I just wasn't that intimidated. But, yeah. And pretty much, I just ended up going back to sleep after that. Like, it either disappeared or I just went to sleep after that. Honestly, I can't remember. All I know is I woke up and I seen it and I wasn't intimidated and I was like, yeah, whatever. So, and you would think that would be scary too, but I guess I get more scared by certain things and not other things. Some people might be more terrified of somebody standing at the edge of their bed, versus somebody getting freaked out because something moves off the table. So I don't know. I'm different. Everybody's different. So, next thing on the list that happened in this house, okay, and this instance has actually happened to me before, and I've had to, like, Google the crap out of it trying to figure out, like, what happens here, okay, because, like I said, in another video, I argue the whole, like, sleep paralysis, scientific theory. I argue it because I feel like, I don't know. I feel like if you're hearing and seeing things that aren't in your head hearing it, and you're hearing it like outside, I just feel like these scientific people are just trying to do like a cover up for something, okay? Because everybody has these experiences at like 3 in the morning. So how can we all be having the same freaking like sleep disease? Doesn't make sense to me. So anyways, um, this has happened to me multiple times before, and actually only happened to me when I was pregnant with my daughter and pregnant with my son. For some reason, I've never experienced this, like, not pregnant, so it's weird. I think I only experienced it once when I wasn't pregnant, but I noticed it because it first started when I became pregnant. Okay, and that was experiencing sleep paralysis in my bed, but also hearing a sound. Okay, and this wasn't just like a sound in my head. Okay, this was a sound that was all around me. It felt like somebody had like a megaphone or something. Not a megaphone, but like a speaker. Okay, and it it sounded like this, like whoosh, 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 and okay, the only way I can really describe it that would make sense would be like to say the sound effects that they use for UFOs. Now, I'm not saying this was a UFO. I'm just saying that's the closest description of the sound. It was a whoosh, whoosh, whoosh sound. Only it started low and then it got louder and louder and louder and closer together in frequency until it was painful. Okay, and that's what scared me because, I've when you just hear a sound like that, it doesn't seem too intimidating, but it got louder, and it got so loud and unbearable that it was actually physically hurting my ears. Now, I don't have any hearing problems. I don't have any health issues at all. Like, every time I go and get checked out by any doctor or whatever, for normal reasons, I don't have any problems, okay? I don't have any, like, mental problems. I don't have any hearing problems or seeing vision problems, anything. I'm 100% healthy, okay? So, yeah, I heard the sound. It was very loud like that, sleep paralysis. As soon as I was able to, like, break, I don't know, as soon as, everything stopped and the sleep paralysis and the sound stopped, because it only lasted for, like, maybe a minute. And it's a long minute, too, because that's, like, painful in my ears. So, turned over, asked my husband if he heard that. He was, like, asleep, so he obviously didn't hear anything. So, weird. This happened a few times. If anybody's experienced that, like, please let me know. I'm trying to figure out, like, why I would be hearing this very loud, painfully, sound. Okay. So like I promised, I'm sorry that I went rambling on for so long with those other two stories, even though they weren't, like, that impressive. I'm going to tell the story that I'm sure everybody would love to hear. Okay? Several years back, this was maybe around 2009, 2010. Okay, I was dating somebody, and he was renting a room out from one of his friend's house, and his friend had lots of people renting out rooms in this house. So, like, everybody had a room. It was like house packed full of people. So he rented this room out to the person that I was dating at the time, and he told the person that I was dating at the time that the room he was staying in was going to be haunted. But, that didn't bother the guy that I was seeing at the time because he was pretty, like, into some dark shit, too. So he was, like, not intimidated. But I guess other people had complained of weird stuff and haunting stuff happening in that room. And then he explained why, because apparently somebody who used to own that house hung himself in that house. And the actual, like, owner of the house that, would periodically come and, the new owner, I guess, the one that was renting it out to, the main guy who was also renting out all the rooms to everyone else, like, she confirmed, like, I heard her say that, yes, the original owner of this house did hang himself in that room specifically. So, there was confirmation from, like, multiple different sources that somebody killed themselves in that house, in that room. So, of course, as I'm seeing this person, I'm sleeping over in the room that he's renting out, and this is what happened. Okay, I was aware that somebody had hung himself in that room. Was I intimidated? A little bit. You know, anytime you hear somebody die in somewhere, you're like, I don't know what to expect. So in the room, we had a mini fridge in that room. So I woke up because I heard the mini fridge door close. Okay, now you know what like a mini fridge door sounds like when it closes, similar to a refrigerator, only on a smaller scale. So I heard it close, and so I looked up, you know, across the way. It was to the right of me, and I seen this shadowy figure, you know, start walking this way, you know, towards the other side of the bed. So, because I'm on the bed here, the guy I was seeing was right here on the bed, and so I'm looking across right over here. That's where the fridge was closest to me. This figure starts walking over here. Now, meanwhile, I'm seeing something walk across the room, okay? And I'm seeing it, and I'm thinking that it was the guy, okay? I'm not for a second thinking that it was some ghost or anything. I just thought it was him getting up for some soda in the middle of the night, okay? So I'm just kind of watching, like, yeah, hey, honey, da-da-da-da-da, seeing this figure. And then I see it stop in front of the door, okay, because the door of the room was over here. Stop in front of the door and just standing there, you know, like facing me. And I couldn't make out any facial features, but I know something was there, okay? I thought it was the guy I was dating. So all of a sudden, I decided to just look to the left of me and realize that he is sleeping right there. The guy I was seeing was sleeping right there. And there was something over here, standing here. I'm like double checking. I'm like, what the hell is that? Okay, and then it went and sat on the edge of the bed where his feet were. And it just sat on the edge of the bed. And that's, of course, when I freaked out and did the whole covers over my head because you can't get me now. And curled up in a ball and, you know, didn't open my eyes again after that and just tried to go to sleep. So, yeah. Man killed himself in that room. I'm pretty sure that's who I seen walking across the room. Nothing malevolent, nothing angry or anything. Maybe he was just watching me sleep, as if that's not creepy enough. Yeah, pretty creepy stuff. I can't say really that anything more notable than that happened, aside from just seeing this figure walk across the room and then sit on the bed. So, I mean, didn't seem negative or anything, so, I don't know. Yeah, so that was, those stories. I hope you guys liked. If you got any questions, feel free to comment below. And, well, until next time, bye guys.